Hello everyone, it's Brenda over at B.laster, and I just wanted to start my introduction before I go outside and pull some weeds and grass. Isn't it amazing that grass always grows where you don't want it to and never in the yard where you want it to? Got so many bad spots in the yard where grass isn't growing, and then I have good grass growing where I don't want it to grow. But anyway, so I'm going to do that, take advantage of this cool morning, birds chirping out there. But before I do, I want to start my introduction so that when I come back in the house later after my shower, I can just start working on my self-portrait. I don't want to rush and get it done, but I do kind of want to get it done so I can move on to another project, another Asylum project. Let's see. So I have my background that I did, and it has, I know you can't really see it, but it has a family portrait of my mom's family and my dad's family, um, and it's hard to see unless you're in real life. I did add some like crackle glaze and grungy paste, stuff like that. So it's back there. It's very subtle, but it is back there. So that's the foundation of my self portrait. And then the rest, you remember I did the glasses print and then my brushes and stuff. And then this, I do want to make it smaller, like tear it. I'm just scared because I do like the way this turned out. This turned out fabulous. So I kind of wanted to like maybe cut some of it off, like tear some of it. I'm not positive yet how I'm going to make this into a flip because all these layers are going to be flippable. So this will go out like that. This is going to probably go up, so that you like peel back the layers like an onion. And I don't want to have too much because I don't want this to get too thick. I did print out on my printer my smirk because my family, especially, they say I'm kind of like a smartass, and I always have like a smirk sometimes before I say something, or just a smirk in general. So I did print that out on some rust dyed paper, and I also printed it out on a transparency because I kind of wanted to do something similar to what Sonia over at Artsy Solutions, what she did on her Scrappy 8 challenge, and she had like this skull, and she did something, and she did recently also on one of her I think it was in the Asylum? I don't know, I'll have to look, but she did something similar again in one of her latest makes. Oh yeah, it was her ID card. So I kind of want to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I just printed this out. I might print out one more layer, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't want these layers to be too thick. So I want to add that in there. It'll probably be something like this, and then something covering up because it's not going to be an obvious face. This will be like a couple layers back or something. I don't know. I do want to stitch around this also to add something to the glasses. I have some stickers. Some stickers I found that I kind of probably want to put in here. They're kind of smart-assy and me. I have a shirt that says that. Hang on, let me overthink this. But yeah, oh, and of course the trash panda, and this is my motto, even though that's Kristen's spirit animal, and just says, let that stuff go, But yeah, I always live by that motto. And then I have a cluster. It's like a trash cluster. It says trash art in here, and I took it apart because I'm not going to use it as a cluster. And I'm like, well, I kind of like this piece, so I'm just going to add it. Add it to, like this could probably be hooked onto there, and then it can flip that way. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I am going to take it apart because as one piece, it's just way too thick. And this cardboard is actually, the corrugated cardboard is kind of thick, so I might have to peel some layers off of the back of that to thin it out a little bit. But I do love corrugated cardboard too, so somehow I'm going to make all this stuff work. But that's putting it all together. Right now, I'm just going to work on some more layers today, hopefully. I'm thinking of adding the stickers and stuff to the back of this one. Except I think I probably need to tear it first because these stickers aren't going to tear. And the reason why I need to make it smaller is so I can actually layer it and it moves and it's not like hung up. It's too big, and you know, if this is stapled down, then that needs to be a little bit shorter so I can lift it up. You know what I mean? So we'll see. And then I'll do probably something on the back of that. But yeah, not much. I have some ideas in my head, but I just need to add a couple more layers, I think. And then put the self portrait in my Asylum journal and call it a day. All right. I'm gonna go out in the yard right now. The sun hasn't even come up yet. It's probably about 6 o'clock. But yeah, I'm gonna go pull some grass, and I'll be right back. Alrighty then, I think I am done finally. And as you see, got my family back there in the background with a little bit of grunge and some crackle paste, and then or glaze I should say, a little bit of whatchamacallits on there, some snarky stickers. I tried not to do too much on the back side of these, just added the stickers. Got my Hansi boy on there. And then that trash art thing up in the top left. And then here we have, of course, the paint brushes. Number 3, some gears, an art stamp, representing, of course, art and whatnot, and a fly. And then my coffee cup and a California sticker on it. And that was made, like I said before, it was made from a Masterboard that I made from my scraps. And then here is my smirk with a brick wall attached to it. And then my little watch face time clock, or clock, and some, it's kind of like a screen behind that. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. And then of course when we flip the close, we'll see the glasses, my glasses that I stamped onto the material, and some trash, found trash and collected trash. And that's it. That is my self-portrait in the asylum, and not sure if you're gonna make one, but I would be excited to see your interpretation of your own self-portrait. And look, not too much thickness. Actually, I can't even tell the difference too much. But that's it. Thanks for joining me today. Let me know if you like the text instead of talking over. And I'll see y'all on the next video. Tschüss.